Every success has its own story. And in case of PCCOER, short for Pimpri-Chinchwad College of Engineering and Research, the story began from its very inception in the year 2014. We are creating this success story under the aegis of Pimpri-Chinchwad Education Trust, PCET, which was established by late Shri S.B. Patil in the year 1990. The trust has the vision to provide value-added education to the society in multiple dimensions, right from nursery up to doctoral program in all professional streams. PCET is a well-established and time-tested brand in education. PCET governs 9 institutes, which include a public school, a polytechnic, a management institute, an architecture college, a science and commerce college, and 4 engineering colleges.
Pimpri-Chinchwad College of Engineering and Research is one of the leading colleges of Pune University. We follow the simple principle of 5-pillar philosophy. In this 5-pillar philosophy, the academic excellence is the first and the important pillar. The second one is research and innovation. Third is the training and development aspect. Fourth is the social awareness angle. And fifth is ethics and values. As a result of this, the students are developed in all dimensions, and the college is emerging very fast among the top colleges of Pune University as well as at the state level.
PCCOER has been founded by highly qualified and proficient academicians. We are located in the most refined cluster of innovative firms at the heart of an industrial hub. Here, our students have numerous career opportunities. PCCOER runs UG courses for civil engineering, computer engineering, electronics and communication engineering, and mechanical engineering. These courses have been approved by AICTE, DT, and Government of Maharashtra. The institute is affiliated to Savitribai Phule, Pune University. PCCOER is a place of excellence where your vision comes true. At PCCOER, you can wander through the ocean of knowledge and build the courage to seize your aspirations. We merge technology and participative learning to make your education more engaging, more gratifying. PCCOER has a skilled team of experienced, highly qualified, dedicated faculties and associates. They play their crucial role in fulfilling the vision of PCCOER. We have a systematic and standardized pattern for work execution and a perfect teamwork. We have a comfortable, pleasant, healthy and friendly campus where the students can exploit their true potential. We provide a self-sufficient and sustainable environment to develop the perception of how various concepts fit in collectively. Our approach has always been student-centric, and we stay attentive to their demands. The institute building is not just a structure of bricks and mortar, it's a temple for the learners. We provide the best teaching learning processes and a research-provoking ambience. We have well-equipped laboratories with state-of-the-art instruments that ensure that you are at the cutting edge of engineering and technology. Our infrastructure includes all the necessary suite of tools and software which help the students bloom.
We organize guest lectures of expert speakers from industry and reputed institutions like IITs for students as well as for faculties. We organize site visits, industrial visits in each and every subject for the students, so that students are exposed to the three-dimensional engineering realities. It is also mandatory for the students to undergo internship so as to gain invaluable hands-on experience. We have smart boards, we have screens, projectors, computers in each and every classroom. We have state-of-art laboratories where we encourage the student to perform experiments, to perform tests, to develop projects, to develop working models.
The institute campus is rich with greenery and blooming flowers, which lend a soothing touch to the demanding academic tasks. We have a huge ground where students enjoy outdoor sports and an open gymnasium for the fitness freaks. The indoor gymnasium has facilities for many indoor games. We have a vast library that houses more than 2,000 titles and 10,000 volumes of technical books, subscription to several technical journals, e-journals, and a large collection of literary books to cater every intellectual need. The reading hall has the ambience that motivates the students to stay focused and excel confidently. Empty stomach results in empty mind. Hence, we have excellent arrangements in the form of canteen and mess to satisfy the physical appetite of the students and staff. Other facilities on campus include covered parking, CCTVs, 24/7 security, and firefighting system. We have our own comfortably furnished hostel accommodation for boys and girls. Intellectual and psychological growth of the students is the centerpiece of PCCOER. Our students excel not only in academics but also in cultural and social events. We create various mind-feeding activities and conduct several exercises such as yoga workshop, mind education, wall magazine, self-awareness programs, inspirational programs, project-based learning, and annual gatherings. Our students participate and shine in co-curricular and extracurricular activities like Baha, Go-Kart, Robocon, Tiffin, Purushottam Karandak, Firodia Karandak, Daji Kaka Gadgil Karandak, and many more. Socio-economic empowerment of society is everyone's responsibility. PCCOER has always been a torch bearer in shouldering such responsibilities.
The students of our NSS unit regularly arrange blood donation camps. This year, our blood donation camp saw a response of about 150 blood donors. Our students regularly visit old age homes and orphanages, where they feel very happy and joyous to spend time with underprivileged elderlies and children. Students regularly take part in social activities like tree plantations regarding environment, as well as various cleanliness drives as part of the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Part of Unnat Bharat Abhiyan for rural development by the Government of India, our college has adopted 5 villages in Mawal Taluka of Pune district.
We are equipping our students with the set of skills, capabilities, and attitudes they need to succeed as employees, leaders, and entrepreneurs in modern world.
We are probably the only institute in India which has placed its 77% of students in first 2 batches. Around 400 plus companies give opportunity of placements to our students every year. We train our students right from second year, considering their improvement for soft skills, aptitude skills, technical skills. So recently we have conducted drive of Amazon where the maximum package given was around 28 lakhs. 2 of our students got selected in Japan for the packages of around 20 lakhs and 17 lakhs.
I'm currently working in a Japanese company, tech firm, which is located in Tokyo, and I got a package of 17 lakh. When I was in second year, the Japanese training started in our college, and our HOD was very supportive, and she was like, you should do this training because it will be beneficial in your future.
Our central placement cell has placed more than 20,000 students. We have conducted 125 off-campus drives for 33,000 students from all over Maharashtra. Here, more than 1,400 students have secured their dream job. We have also channeled 150 online recruitment examinations. We are a vibrant alliance of educators and scholars who guide and motivate the students by setting an example, not by empty words. We at PCCOER emphasize on breakthrough engineering with breakthrough results.
माझा मुलगा शिवम भावसार हा याने डिप्लोमा केलेला आहे इन मेकॅनिकल इंजिनिअरिंग. तर त्याच्यासाठी आम्हाला डिग्रीसाठी खूप चांगलं कॉलेज आम्ही शोधत होतो. त्याचं सगळं व्यक्तिमत्व फुलेल, ऑलराऊंडर बनेल याच्यासाठी आम्ही बऱ्याच कॉलेजचा शोध घेतला. त्याच्यामध्ये नाशिकमध्ये आम्हाला असं कळालं की पिंपरी चिंचवड कॉलेज ऑफ इंजिनिअरिंग अँड रिसर्च हे कॉलेज खूप चांगलं आहे. आम्ही पुण्यातले 3-4 कॉलेजमध्ये गेलो, तिथे रिसर्च केला आणि त्याच्यानंतर निर्णय घेतला की आमच्या मुलासाठी हे कॉलेज योग्य आहे.
So I decided to get my admission in this particular college, that is Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering and Research, for my daughter Pallavi in civil engineering. She is doing really great in academics. Not only in academics, but there are various activities like curricular activities, co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities, and even mini projects. I am really satisfied that I took a very correct and very right decision by putting my daughter in this particular college.
No doubt our college is excelling in the placements part as well as the educational part, but today I would like to put forth one more perspective, that is the higher education. I would like to mention that I'll be pursuing my Masters of Science, MS in Computer Science from University of Southern California, Los Angeles next year. I would like to mention that all my teachers, my head of the department, our principal, our Dean III of Training and Placement Cell, everyone supported me and encouraged me. Definitely I will say that with the help of this college, I have personally developed a lot.
With the combined, sincere and focused efforts of management, staff and students, PCCOER has established a world record of filing highest number of copyrights by any organization in a single day, and this grand achievement was recognized and honored by World Records India and India Book of Records. Our faculties and students have published more than 280 research papers in international and national journals of highest standing in the current academic year. PCCOER has bagged many awards, amongst which are Innovative Leader National Award, IARDO Award for Academic Leadership, Special Award for Patents and Copyrights Filing, Global Education Excellence Award for the most result-oriented engineering college, and Outstanding Upcoming Engineering College in Maharashtra.
The research and development is a very important pillar for the progress of any institute. Not only filing of patents and copyrights, we have 8 products in a market. In order to strengthen the research and development according to the industry, we have more than 20 MOUs. All these MOUs are active MOUs. Under that, each department having an industrial visit, then internship for the students, guest lectures, workshops, seminars. So these seminars and all these activities try to bridge the gap between industry and academy.
Now all this is reflected in our university results. We have started just 5 years back, and in this very short span, we have achieved a position amongst top 5 best institutes in Pune University. Now, for an institute in its infancy, this is a great achievement.
We at PCCOER help the students to change the world for the better through their education. We create not only brilliant professionals but also responsible citizens. Our management, faculty, staff and students have a single motto: to become a national pride. It is the very secret of our rapid growth. There is a difference between dreaming and realizing dreams. Dreams require effortless sleep, and realization requires sleepless efforts. Everything is possible for those with a vision, a plan of action, and a determination to make it happen. Be a part of PCCOER to fulfill your dreams. PCCOER is coming up with SIPSES 2020, India's only conference on patents, copyrights, innovations and startups to bridge the gap between inventors and investors, to convert innovations into product, to commercialize your intellectual property. For details, visit www.sipses2020.com. Every success has its own story. And in case of PCCOER, short for Pimpri-Chinchwad College of Engineering and Research, the story began from its very inception in the year 2014. We are creating this success story under the aegis of Pimpri-Chinchwad Education Trust, PCET, which was established by late Shri S.B. Patil in the year 1990. The trust PCCOER is coming up with SIPSES 2020, India's only conference on patents, copyrights, innovations and startups to bridge the gap between inventors and investors, to convert innovations into product, to commercialize your intellectual property.
A very good afternoon to all. We have with us Mr. Abhay Pansekar, Corporate Strategy and Technology Consultant. He has over 30 years of experience in the field of product development, embedded solutions, technical marketing, and turnkey offerings. Some of the systems he developed include mission critical military grade system, air traffic controller simulator, radar tracking system, and healthcare ERP and portals. He is also associated with education as an external faculty to engineering colleges and is on industry advisory board and board of studies of engineering colleges, project examiner and undertakes lecture for skill and knowledge development. He has performed variety of roles which include director, president and COO, chief technical architect in Indian and international organizations. As being a well networked person in the industry, his interests are in providing directions to startups and growing organizations. He is also a senior member of IEEE, past chairman of IEEE Bombay section, and also a mentor on Startup Bootcamp, one of the top 3 global accelerators for startups. On behalf of Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering and Research Ravet, I welcome Mr. Abhay Pansekar sir for delivering his speech. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Deepshikha. I'll be starting my slideshow now. Just give me a second. Yeah, so are you able to see my screen now?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah, so yeah, welcome everyone. Uh, Today, basically, I'm going to speak about what it means as a patent and how we can basically benefit out of that. Now, what I have seen is in various engineering colleges, we have students who work with their professors and then go ahead to create an idea for which they file a patent. And many of them have got their patents granted. The next question and the big question comes in is why really we have applied the patent? Is it just for our personal satisfaction, or are we going to get some money out of it? Many of them venture into creating a startup. So I'll just run through a few slides on what it means to be a startup and what you need to do to commercialize your patent. So when we talk of a startup or you talk of a patent, basically what it means is there is a business idea that patent is going to solve a problem for someone, and you will be able to create business out of it. Secondly is you also know that there is a target market for this patent. A patent will get commercialized only when people see revenue benefits out of it or some other strategic benefit out of it. And for that, there needs to be a target market. So, with a business idea and a target market, you create a startup. You have your passion to commercialize the idea that you have, and then you bring in some amount of leadership along with it. Either you drive all the parts of the businesses, or you get some technical help, or you get some marketing help, uh, you get some financial help, and you create a company that will kind of run on its own. So some of the basic ingredients for the startup are you need to have a reach to the market. There are many people who come from a technology background, and their idea they are able to create into a product. However, the biggest challenge which they have not envisioned when they start creating a product is how that product will reach to the market which they are intending. Do they have a distribution channel? Do they have a sales channel? Do they have the marketing idea? Do they have the finance to reach out to so many people? So that is something which a startup really has to look at. Secondly is solution in envisioning. So just creating your product is not going to be sufficient. you basically need to understand where your product fits in the solution, and that's a critical piece of the whole thing. So you will see there are so many companies who develop the same product, but only few of them succeed, and others who also have a competing product or a better product may not see real huge gains out of it. And why is that? Because the solution envisioning not only talks about the product, it talks about the implementation, it talks about the service, it talks about the return, it talks about the continuity of the business if the product is creating some downtime. So there are so many other factors that go hand in hand with the solution. And for that, you require a team and you require sustenance. So you require some amount of money to make the whole thing going, and that everything runs smoothly. So these are some of the ingredients of the startup. So what are the works that are associated with it? You need a reach to the market to sell your product. You need funds, and you should be able to manage funds effectively. You should be able to do product development. So those are the three corners of the pyramids where you do a good product development, you do good amount of funds management, and you reach to the market and sell to them. And along with that, you also have to continuously adapt your product. Creating one simple product or one simple need may not be the right thing. So in the works, you really continuously will have to tweak and tailor your product. You'll have to touch the market on a regular basis. You also have to make sure that you're not going to run out of cash and that you'll be able to survive long term. And you're able to develop a product and take it to the end customer who will be able to use it effectively. So once all of these are in place, you have a startup which will be able to scale into a business, a profitable business, and a successful business. So what really happens is when you start with an idea, you develop that idea into some kind of product. Okay, your patent is just a document. Patent is not the product. Patent will basically you stand on your idea that your idea is new and your idea is original and that you own it. But that does not say that you have developed the solution. What you got to do is you got to actually develop a solution. And what you create is something called as a minimum viable product. So suppose you are doing something new, say business risk-based audit software. That's something now the banks in India are now getting forced to implement. So you say, oh, this is a good need. There are so many thousands of banks in the country. Why don't I create a risk-based product? And then you have some idea by which you evaluate the risk of the product, the risk of the banks, and you create a patent out of it. But that's just something on paper. What you want to do is you will develop a solution. Now, for you to develop a complete solution, if it's going to say take 6 to 8 months, you may not wait that long to take it to the customer. So you create something called as a minimum viable product. You show that minimum viable product. So instead of 10 features, you show the customer that there are these 3 features that are working. The customer starts getting interest, and you say that I'll be adding other features. Then you start selling your product, which is even at the MVP stage. You're now taking it to say 10 cooperative banks and saying you implement this, we'll just implement the phase 1, by phase 2, I'll cover other risks, by phase 3, I'll cover other risks. And once the product starts, you'll be able to adapt it to the market needs. You will know that whatever you have started as an idea, maybe it needs some change. So you adapt your product and then you scale your business. By the time you are actually earning some money, you have some reference customers, which will then help you market to other customers. You will have funds coming in, and then you will be able to scale it. And that's the way you generally grow the business. If your funds are not available, what really happens is people then look at producing that idea, developing it to some level. They do a demo, and once they do a demo, the client says, "Okay, why don't you do something? Why don't you do a POC for me, and then let me see, let me pilot it." Now, if you start getting into that kind of a scenario, you're a startup. You've done some POC to the bank, and maybe the bank has agreed they've liked it. And they also say that, okay, by the way, we have this need. You are doing an artificial intelligence, machine learning based product. So why don't you do one thing? Why don't you give me 2 resources who will help me do some other business? And then you start changing your track, and you start deviating from what your original idea was. And then you may run into the debt trap, you may run into many other issues. So you have to be very, very careful when you are commercializing your idea by creating your own startup and taking it to the market. So you have to be very careful that after the POC level, you make the customer buy the product, make the customer pay some money, or you get an investor who will be able to put in some money and you continue on your product track. Or else, if the customer says, why don't you give me 2 other resources, or why don't you make this small software for this, which is my urgent need, and I'll pay you for that. Make sure that your product development team and your services team, which is like custom requirement solution building team, they too are different. If you don't do that, what will happen is your product ideation into a reality will start getting delayed, and then there will be competition coming in, and you'll then get stuck into a rat race, which may not be a very happy experience. So one has to be very, very careful about those things. A smooth way to go is, yes, create your product, create an MVP, sell it to a few customers, then adapt it to the new requirements, create new versions, and sell those. If you are not able to do that, you have to deviate because you don't have enough cash and you want to build a POC, you can still do that. But then make sure that you are not losing the track of your product development. So once you are here, you may also look at, yeah, I don't want to do a startup. I have a great idea, I have a great patent, and I just want to sell that patent to someone who will then take it to the market. Now that's a good thought. That's an easier exit for you. And you say, for me, I will made this AI ML based algorithm which I will be making, and then it will help me extract meaningful data. Or I am making this electronic embedded device which will help faster, looking faster, or help a process. Or you will say, I'll create a battery charger for electric vehicles, which will charge the battery in half the time. All of those. So for that, you have an idea, you have a concept. So you say, I'll be able to make some solar chargers. There are many things. The simple things like pumping water from your water tank below to the terrace. You could build products for that. From there, we could do vibration monitoring systems in aircraft. These are all the products which people who have passed out from colleges in and around our area and have taken it to various automotive manufacturers, to BHL, which is based at Nashik, or to many societies and all of them. But if you are just looking at selling your patent, you have to really understand that people will look at it and judge it based on whether it is just an idea. If it is just an idea, they will not look at it from a much value perspective. So what you have to do is not only you should have that idea, but you should know who the users are likely to be and how they are going to use it and how your idea will reach to them. If you say I'm going to create a data extraction software, you should be able to say that okay, this data extraction software I'll be able to develop it with say 6 months of effort, maybe in 3 calendar months of time period, and it will help these kind of customers, maybe these kind of cooperative banks or anything. And the audit department or the cybersecurity department of the bank will be interested in this product. And I know that there is a good market for this. So your idea, now you should be able to relate it to the people who are going to use it. And you should be able to confidently say that, okay, these are the people who are going to use it. The next thing that will come in is, okay, you have an idea, it looks nice on paper, you also know that these are the people who are going to use it. Have you made at least proof of concept? Have you made some vibration monitoring system to some level? Maybe you even tested it in your car, forget the aircraft. Are you able to show that whatever your idea is, it is workable and it will really work? So if you kind of progress your idea into this stage, once you say you know that you can make a proof of concept, but proof of concept is not a final product. So can you make a product fact sheet? Basically, you know the data sheets of so many components or ICs, or you know the user manuals of the equipment that you buy, or even to buy a Wi-Fi router. It will basically tell you what are the steps that you need to take to make the router operational, configure it to your network and all those things. So even if you don't have a physical router that you want to create in place, can you make a product fact sheet? Can you say that, okay, this is the way the user is going to use it, this is the way he'll put his credentials and all those things. This is the way the system will automatically talk to the DNS and then get an IP and start working and all of that. So once you have reached that stage, will you be able to show a demo or create a video? So it's not always that you have to create your own product, but you can create a video of it as to how the product will work and how a user will be able to use it effectively and how the users will get benefit out of the product that you have developed. So now if you look at your idea, you have now kind of taken it to the next level. You know who the users are, you know how the idea will mature into a final product. So you have a data sheet, you have a user manual, you have created a video. So all of this is still virtual. I mean, you have not created a product, but all of this is virtual. The next thing that comes in is, okay, what is the selling price of it? At what rate people will be able to buy and they'll be happy to buy? What is going to be probable competition? Say suppose you are replacing a router and that's your product idea and you're going to sell the router at half the cost. So you say that currently routers available in the market are at 2,000 rupees and I'm going to sell my router at 1,000 rupees and you have created all these videos and all those things. Now when the competition knows that there is another product that's going to come in and maybe they'll sell it at half the price, the competition being a much richer entity, They may say that for the next 2 months, I'm going to give a 30% discount or a 40% discount. And then people will start comparing, oh, this is a new product at 1000 and then I'm getting a established product at 1300. So I might as well buy the established product and all of this. So you really have to understand how your product will reach to the market and where all it will sit, at what price points it's going to sit. So what I'm trying to tell you is just creating a technical idea and getting a patent may not be sufficient. You have to commercialize it. You really have to create a project document out of it, or you have to create some videos, or you have to create your YouTube videos. Now, creation of all of this is not very difficult. Where people miss out most of it is that they are not able to wear a sales. So, if you look at, you have heard about Edison or Alexander Graham Bell and all those things, they did a lot of inventions. But if you read their history, they also were very good businessmen. And you will hear stories that they have gone to competition and they have put court cases and they have put a whole lot of stuff and all those things to make sure that their patent is protected. And they made real good money out of what they did. So basically, as a patent holder, you will need to wear a sales hat. And how to wear a sales hat? By having a plan for the above 5 or 6 points that I have talked. Who are the users? What the end product will look like? Create a demo, create a pricing idea, what's going to be the competition. And this you take to the industry. This you take to the investors, they'll be very, very seriously interested in looking at your IP. Even though you have not really made a good product out of it. They will understand that you know the value of your idea and they'll be able to then value it correctly, they'll be able to pay you correctly, they'll be able to commercialize it. Otherwise, if you just take an idea, just take a patent and then tell people that will you buy my patent without having given them this kind of a background information, it's going to be slightly tricky for you to commercialize it. So what I'm going to say is to do that, you basically get a mentor. If you can get a mentor, someone who will be able to guide you through this journey, it definitely helps a lot. And if you're going to create your own product, you create a cash flow statement for how much are you going to invest and where the money is going to come from. Think 10 times before accepting a proof of concept if it's not basically a payable thing. And then look for revenues like cash infusion. So you have now various business incubators in the market who will give you some grant by taking a percentage of your company. So for you to start a company is not very expensive. The business incubators, they are associated with colleges, they are associated with industry, and there are also many government agencies like the Department of Science and Technology also, and new initiatives of government which give grants. So you look at those things to see where you will be able to get some initial seed funding, and at the same time look at actively paying customers. So this will help you sustain your company and business. At the same time, if someone says, okay, while you are developing your product, why don't you also do this work on the custom development? It's a good thing. I'm not saying that it's completely bad, but make sure that the custom development work that you're taking is not taking you off track of your product roadmap. So once you have a product plan, you try to stick to the product plan and then do all of this by the side. And also do a risk mitigation plan and track it seriously. So when you are looking at your project plan, assess risk at every stage. So when you are applying for a grant or you are applying for a business incubator, you say that, okay, how much time do I have, 1 month, 2 months, and then assess those risks. So am I able to close my business, or am I able to close my deal in the next 2 months? If not, what's going to happen? Do I need to generate or infuse more money? And do I have friends, family, uncles, or some investor who will be able to get me and give me something? All of that, you have to do it very, very seriously. And I'll just say that don't get a mentor who's not an insider. So don't just appoint someone who's a mentor because he's got a name and he's got some reach and all those things. That mentor also has to be passionate about what you're doing. That mentor has to be like someone insider. He should be able to take you to the next level. Otherwise, don't take it. Don't do any non-strategic activity. When you're starting your business, focus on your business. Don't do any other stuff just because, yeah. Or don't change your product suite offering because one customer is saying, okay, if you add this feature, I might be able to buy. And don't take up deviation projects unless it's very, very critical for you to generate cash. And don't overshoot time allotted for investor activity. I mean, if you're going to the investor, you say that I'll finish that task in the next 2 months. It is not done, not done. Then you seriously evaluate what you want to do. But if you start extending, because investors will tell you, come after 1 month, come after 2 months, come after 1 year, once you have to do this. But they have not bought in. They have not signed up with you. And then you spend a lot of time into those investor activities, you are going to be in trouble. And don't network with non-strategic personnel. Once you are either doing your patent project plan or you're doing your startup, be focused, very, very focused. And don't do any activity which is going to eat up time which will affect your business. And I'm sure once you remain focused and kind of take care of all of this, chances of success are very high. So basically that's what I wanted to share. You have to translate your idea into value creation. You have to translate your idea into some value. The value either could be money, it could be a company, it could be a state, it could be one-time water idea. It could take many shapes, or it could be just a value. I mean, you're not doing it for commercial purpose, but you're maybe doing it for a social cause, or maybe doing it for charity, or maybe doing it to enhance the name of your college. Whatever value you're looking at, to translate it into the value, translate your idea into value, and that's what you should be focusing on. So this is what I wanted to say.
Hello. Hello, Abhay sir.
Hello, I'll be happy to take some questions. Hello.
Hello. Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful session and very informative session.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you very much, sir, for such an informative session and wonderful session. Once again, on behalf of Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering and Research, Ravet, I thank Abhay Pansekar, sir, for his valuable suggestions and guidance regarding patents.
Hello.
PCCOER
Hey,
is coming up with SIPSES 2020, India's only conference on patents, copyrights, innovations, and startups to bridge the gap between inventors and investors, to convert innovations into product, to commercialize your intellectual property. For details, visit www.sipses2020.com. PCCOER is coming up with SIPSES 2020, India's only conference on patents, copyrights, innovations, and startups to bridge the gap between inventors and investors, to convert innovations into product, to commercialize your intellectual property. For details, visit www.sipses2020.com.